Welcome again to another edition of Louisiana Catalyst podcast show, The Link. I'm your co-host, Patience Talley, Vice President of Louisiana Catalyst, here with our president, my good friend, my brother, Mr. Quentin Durr.
How's everybody doing today?
Pretty good.
Doing good. And we're actually here with a lovely guest that I get to flirt on a little bit and brag on a little bit. The beautiful, the lovely, the sweet Patience Talley.
Yes.
The most talented Talley I know.
See, I like that. Yes.
You hadn't met our children yet.
Okay. Yeah, they're pretty talented. Yeah.
That's fair enough.
But Patience she wears many hats in the community, serves on many boards, is an employee of the city of Monroe, owns a business as well. But today we're here to engage with her because she's also the leader of our Ouachita Parish young professional. Actually, it's Northeast Louisiana.
Yes, Northeast
I'm sorry,
Louisiana.
It's not just parish, it's
Nella.
region. Northeast Louisiana chapter of Young Professionals Association.
Yes.
And so Patience has done many things here over the last year that she's been in this role as the chairperson president. But Patience, let's just talk about being a young professional here in Northeast Louisiana and what was your initial idea around working or being a working adult in Northeast Louisiana, and what have you learned since then?
Yeah, that's funny that you asked that because I was thinking about it on my way here. I've been a part of Young Professionals since about 2016. And that was right out of college. And I didn't consider myself a professional because I was still doing internships and things of that nature. But I came to the YP meeting and I truly felt at home. Yeah, I may have been an intern and some people have been, in the career field for 10 plus years. But it was a space where, you didn't feel like, hey, you shouldn't be here. You belong here. I've been where you were. I was an intern or I was a coordinator or I was, at that entry level position, and coming into that YP environment, allowed me to network with people, allowed me to build relationships, allowed me to meet up and rub elbows with people in the community that could truly change my life for the better and open up job opportunities for me and networking opportunities for me, and just a way to really get involved with the community, especially coming from Baton Rouge and not knowing what the professional environment looked like here in North Louisiana. It was truly an amazing experience to go there. I mean, I just felt welcomed and at home.
Yeah, and not to get folks confused, now Patience is born and raised Monroe.
I'm from Monroe.
She's from Monroe, but she spent her college career at Louisiana State University as an LSU cheerleader.
Yes, I did.
And
Go Tigers.
A lot of relationships were built there, obviously, as an LSU cheerleader. And to come back home where folks may not have known her as this now young adult, as a woman, I'm sure that was an interesting transfer as well.
Yes, it was, because like you said, I made so many connections there. I was there for 3 years, and I knew a lot of people. I got to meet a lot of people, and so coming back to Monroe, I really didn't know where I fit in, because all of my high school friends had been here and, they had their own careers and it was different from my career path. But going into this professional environment, this young professional environment, really, allowed me to just dive right in, and it opened so many doors for me. Even now, being the chair, that's something I never even imagined when I came, back in 2016. But I just really want others to come to our young professional meetings and our socials and feel at home if they are just getting out of college and don't really know which way to go. YP is a perfect place for them to come and meet people and feel comfortable. You go in so many rooms and you're like, man, I don't know these people. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to feel. But you come to YP and you're able to ask those questions. You're able to meet people you may have never met before. You're able to connect and join boards and even get jobs. And so it's really just a outstanding organization.
Yeah, I'll add some 2 cents. For me, coming and starting to do business in Monroe, that was one of the first groups that I started joining. And I'll say this, it's not really age. I like to think it's the young at heart.
Yeah.
Like it really should be like what the trending professionals, you know what I mean? Because from there it was like there was a lot of age gap. So if you were new in business, it was an opportunity to meet people, but also probably link up with someone that could mentor.
Right.
And then some people have been in the industry for 10 or 15 years. They're still young at heart and still young, but now they have experience. So the networking and the learning opportunities were huge. The guest speakers were amazing. You really got plugged in. And then I started getting jealous because I was like, we don't have this in Ruston. And it's Northeast Louisiana. So one of the things I've been wanting, and of course life gets busy, is like, how do we take the young professional group? I would love to figure out how to incorporate that into Ruston and really give some more opportunities, because that scene is non-existent. And to see how strong it is in Monroe. And I think everybody at this table is a top 20 under 40, recipient. So I love that culture and keeping that. So it's like, how do we expand that? And do y'all have any plans, or what do I need to do to get it to Ruston?
So the Monroe Chamber has just been so influential in pouring into the young professionals. And so, they don't mind reaching, and so, of course, that's something we can chat with Roy about. How do we expand this into the other regions or the other areas of North Louisiana so that, everybody has that place where they can come and, feel a part of a group and not feel out of place. That's one thing, when I first came, I was like, man, everywhere else I go, I kind of feel out of place. But young professionals truly made me feel, welcome, and I think others as well.
Yeah, no, it's so important, and if Catalyst has to drive that conversation, linking the chambers,
I know a chamber board member,
the Ruston chamber. I know two chamber board members sitting at this table right now.
I know a few of those. You know what I
mean? Yeah. But for us at Catalyst, we're always willing to be that link. And here, people, as you watch these episodes, we talk about business to business linking. But even if that means connecting chambers across parish lines, it's easy to say Monroe and West Monroe chamber, but what is Monroe, West Monroe, and Ruston chamber, Lincoln chamber looks like, Farmerville chamber look like, and follow that footprint, so that now we're covering within our own region, north, south, east, and west.
Yeah, and that may be a good opportunity for Monroe Chamber to get connected with the Ruston Chamber and kind of show that blueprint of what it looks like, how we partner with, Flying Tiger here. Maybe you guys can partner with somewhere.
Utility, I mean, same footprint.
So we could definitely blueprint that, give that blueprint to you guys in Ruston, those folks in Ruston, or you can come over here and join.
Well, my hope would be is you start having Ruston people come to the because don't do them on the same date. And so now Ruston comes to Monroe, Monroe comes to Ruston, and guess what? Our world just got smaller.
That's right. Yeah, I love that. I love that.
And we're really linking again. And what you mentioned, Patience, in terms of really finding acquaintance as well, finding mentors, finding other lookalike persons, professionals, or leaders, mentors in your industry or across industries that can connect with and give you a different perspective. Maybe there's an Origin Bank Monroe location and an Origin Bank Ruston location. It's, hey, my husband and I or my fiance and I are looking to move here or move there. What kind of opportunities within this company can I go there or come here? All those conversations and relationships can be developed all through a YP session.
And you may pick up a new client.
Exactly.
That's what it's about.
You may have
those connections.
A skill or service, and here's somebody in Ruston that needs that, and because you just stepped out your comfort zone and expanded a little bit further, now you got a whole new clientele and a whole new city that's literally 30 minutes. This morning, 30 minutes from my driveway to this driveway at Benoit Rec.
Yeah, and so it's important. Patience, knowing you as your significant other and spouse, I can recall you having some hesitation around what growth as a young professional in Northeast Louisiana would look like. Obviously coming from South Louisiana, where we were in Baton Rouge, we had New Orleans 30, 45 minutes to our east. We could be in Houston in 3 or 4 hours, and then we're coming back to Monroe, though. What is the opportunity for a young professional, as a young leader, as a growing family? What have you learned since you've been in your career now and as a leader in this community?
I've learned to be bold. Because when you're wanting to make those connections and when you're wanting to grow in your career, you have to be bold. I won't lie. My first time coming into these environments, I was a bit shy because I didn't feel qualified. I didn't feel like a young professional. I felt like, I'm just, 23, just out of college. What do I know? And it wasn't until I said, you know what? I'm going to be bold. I'm going to go and introduce myself to people. I'm going to explore my passions, whether it was joining joining a board. I joined Junior League at 23, and that opened so many doors for me. But it was about finding my passion and going out after what I was passionate about. And so things like Rotary, I was a part of Rotary, the Junior League, being a part, I was at ULM and being a part of that sport environment, that athletic environment. I was able to just make so many connections and truly exercise my passions through that.
And she is a world champion head cheerleading coach.
Yes, I am. I should have worn my ring today. I didn't wear my ring.
And so Patience has really, truly been around the young professionals, the young adults, as she's figuring out and navigating her path as well. What would you tell that next, or technically you're still in that generation, but just these college graduates that are stepping out into the scene, or scratch that. What would you tell the new award winners of the top 20 under 40?
Yeah, so top 20 under 40 is such an honor because it means that you have been, you've done something. You've done something outside of that space, of that room. You have given your time. You've given your resources. And so those top 20 under 40 award winners, I will tell them to be a mentor. Go back and, to that space where you were when you were just coming up. Go and mentor someone. Go and give back. Share your resources. Share how you reached that top 20 under 40 level, so that others can have the door open for them. I saw a movie last night and said, now that you're at the top of the floor, what are you gonna do to send that elevator back down, and let those young people up so that they can come and have a seat at the table. So, open up the doors, bring up a chair for, that college student or that new employee at your workplace. So it's just so important for us to continue that cycle of mentors to our mentees so that, we can truly create this opportunity for people generation after generation.
Yeah, like that. It reminds me of what Justin Underwood said. It's like that top of the mountain gets lonely. So it's like make a plateau.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And don't make that journey alone. And having a community and people that you can work with is so much rewarding. Yeah. And to give back is kind of what Catalyst was. We had all this knowledge and education that, we were doing. It's like, how do we just put that back into the community, back into the economy to help other people and grow an ecosystem. And so it's been rewarding, and just the people met, let alone, the opportunity that's come with it. So.
Yeah. And also for those top 20 under 40s, Young Professionals has opened up leadership doors as well, such as Leadership Ouachita. If you have not been a part of Leadership Ouachita, I highly recommend joining that program because it opens your eyes to so much. It allows you to think outside of the box. And, it's just a truly amazing organization that the Monroe Chamber has to offer our young professionals, our, professionals that have been in the game for a long time. It truly just opens up those doors for just a lot of information.
Yeah. I'm sitting over here smiling, proud of my wife, listening to her, looking at her.
My goodness.
Because you've really done a good job and a great job of what we've built here in the community relationship-wise over the last 10 years or so. Patience and I met 10 years ago. And so to look at where we were and who we were 10 years ago and to see the rooms that we're able to walk in, the platforms we're able to stand on, the relationships we've been able to build with people like Quentin, and so many others, it's just been a true testament to, what she said earlier, being bold, us being bold, and then really just, stepping out there, seeing who else we can help along the way.
Yeah, and I'll give both your flowers because both of y'all have been incredible in a sense of everything we've done in my communications and dealings with y'all. A lot of this is stuff that's not self-gratifying or self-rewarding. It's all been volunteerism and giving back to the community. So a lot of the work we do, we don't get anything for it, but we see a bigger picture and a reason why we're doing it. And it comes very natural. I know I can call to Ron and go, hey, I just dreamed up something crazy. And then I also have to know, like, I hope Patience doesn't kill me. But because the mindset's like, she's like, all right, I'm going to let you do it. I'm going to let you slide on this one, because I see where you're going with it, which I'll throw in. We now decided we're going to do a block party here at the Benoit Rec Center. So that's the next thing. That
all right, let me get my staff ready.
So little heads up, that's coming next.
Well, no, that's awesome. I'm very proud of this. I mean, I know we're not here to talk about the city, but of course this is at one of my facilities, and so I'm so happy to see this here. I thank, Mayor Ellis for, allowing, this vision to come into fruition. And I'm excited about what you guys are doing and, the people that you guys are able to allow to come and share their resources and share what they're doing in the community. It's just such an amazing thing.
Absolutely. And we thank the city and you for everything you do. And our objective and goal is simply just to bring awareness and people to the facilities to see what Monroe is doing.
Yeah.
And the people we've been able to bring to this facility, they never would have come over here.
Yeah.
So we're now exposing and shedding a light on a great resource in the city and all the great things happening. And you're shooting a podcast at Benoit Rec Center.
I know.
That's right.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it?
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Well, Patience, as always, thank you for your time.
Thank y'all.
Super proud of you, and let's keep pushing and making a difference in this community.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, you guys have just tuned in to another episode of The Link.